Well, stand and say the pledge to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, I hear a motion to set the agenda.
I make a motion to set the agenda for this special meeting.
I'll second.
Motion made by Stacey, seconded by Cody. Any discussion? Call for the question, please.
New members included,
No.
right? Or Hall,
Aye.
Noyes,
Aye.
Wells,
Aye.
right?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Action items. When we do this, they can all say the oath together if they say their own name. And I don't mean own name, I mean like. Including Frazier. So,
We were gonna step over there for a picture opportunity.
by the flag, okay?
Is that all right?
So everybody except me will go over there.
What do you mean except
Well,
you?
and I don't have to take the oath of office.
Oh, gosh. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like for the photo opportunity.
Well, and we can do both, but one thing we were thinking about, and this is per your opinions, but we were thinking about doing each oath of office with the right hand, and then we could take pictures of each of you
Okay.
doing your oath. But if that's something that you're not as comfortable, and it's something that we can post on the website, and it just makes it a real special moment. But if you would prefer to read it all at once, we can also do it that way.
I like the way you say special moment.
We want to be special, okay?
Okay, yeah, either way.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You just boss us around, Deborah.
So the first one is Sheri Noyes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You want it to be special, honey.
I'll just put them out as they go on.
So you driving up? I don't want to see. We have to ride with somebody, but.
No, like my daughter.
I'm going.
Right angle.
No, it's about mid-morning.
If not, we're gonna be up here all night. I would stand sideways.
How is she?
I think we all.
Okay.
So we're doing one at a time?
I mean.
Okay.
Okay. That was trans.
Hand up. I, Sheri Noyes, do solemnly swear
I, Sheri Noyes, do solemnly swear.
that I will faithfully perform the duties of the office of school director
I will faithfully perform the duties of office director.
school director,
School director
as required by law,
as required by law.
and will support the Constitution of the United States,
And will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws made pursuant thereto.
and the laws made pursuant thereto. Thank you.
Okay. You can sign here. And that. You can take one.
Okay, the next one is Stacey. Oh, you put it in order, did you? Come on
Yes,
in. Anita, right?
Amita with an M.
Your mother can sit by you if she wants to.
Sitting on each.
Okay, are we ready? We're ready. I, Stacey Hall, do solemnly swear
I, Stacey Hall, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully perform the duties of the office of school director
that I will faithfully perform the duties of school director
as required by law,
as required by law,
and will support the Constitution of the United States,
and will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws made pursuant thereto.
and the laws made pursuant thereto.
Thank you. Here, you are now a signer. So you can
Yes, over
sign
here.
there, here, and on that sheet that's over there.
Okay.
Right,
Cody.
Cody. Oh, yes, you put us in order today.
This is why you have a different layout.
I was going, man, this is interesting.
Mr. Wells. I, Cody Wells, do solemnly swear
I, Cody Wells, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully perform the duties of the office of school director
that I will faithfully perform the duties of office of school director
as required by law,
as required by law,
and will support the Constitution of the United States,
and will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws made pursuant thereto.
and the laws made pursuant thereto.
Okay, you need to sign there. There, and there's a sheet over there to sign. Thank you, sir.
Ed,
Ms. Rose. Let's try not to do 6 again at once.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. I, Ed Rice, do solemnly swear
I, Ed Rice, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully perform the duties of office of school director
that I will faithfully perform the duties of the office of school director
as required by law
as required by law
and will support the Constitution of the United States,
and will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws made pursuant thereto.
and the laws made pursuant thereto.
There's the up right there. This Hart. Thank you. I, Jeanette Hart, do solemnly swear
I, Jeanette Hart, do solemnly swear
I will faithfully perform the duties of the office of school director
I will faithfully perform the duties of the office of school director
as required by law
as required by law
and will support the Constitution of the United States
and will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Colorado
and the Constitution of the State of Colorado
and the laws made pursuant thereto.
and the laws made pursuant thereto.
Thank you. Your signature there.
Oh,
And there. Mr. Frazier. For our district. No, it's I, Layne Frazier. Do solemnly swear I will faithfully perform the duties of the office of school director
I will faithfully perform the duties of the office of school director
as required by law
as required by law
and will support the Constitution of the United States,
and support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws made pursuant thereto.
laws made pursuant thereto.
Thank you, sir. There.
Oh, wait, there.
that is it.
Change Jeanette.
Okay, we're going to have election of officers. The next meeting, the president will be presiding, the new president. Okay? We'll wait for Layne.
Panoramic.
You want me to get up?
No, we'll move our.
We can all stand up and get a little closer.
Yeah, or even by the flag again, too. Yeah, why don't you guys all line up by the flag, circle the flag? It's always nice to keep political.
This might as well be a good opportunity to support. I'm sure you're not gonna get a lot of that.
Private Layne.
And then.
I like laying in the front.
Let's see.
Sheri, are you not coming?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, well, we can take one.
Yeah,
Take one newbie and then take our board.
Yeah,
We'll
this one
take
and then
this
one
one and then you as well.
And in my sloppies.
One newbie and then. Okay.
Aww.
A little bit closer.
Aww. Our new team.
That's awesome, you guys. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That's okay. Okay, thank you for this. First nomination will be for board president.
Wait, I can't.
I hear a nomination for board president.
I would nominate Sheri Noyes.
I second.
Motion has been made by Ed for Sheri Noyes, seconded by Jeanette Hart. Are there any more nominations? Any more?
Move to close nomination.
And we move to Sheri. Do you accept the job?
I respectfully accept the job.
Great. Hey, our next one will be for vice president.
I nominate Sheri Wright.
I will second that.
Nomination's been made by Jeanette Hart and seconded by Sheri Noyes for Sheri Wright for vice president. Any more nominations? Any more?
Close nominations.
Nominations have ceased. I do accept. Thank you, Sheri, for being president.
Well, you might want to wait.
The next one will be for treasurer.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and just throw one out there that I would nominate Jeanette Hart.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion's been made by Sheri Noyes, seconded by Ed Rice for Jeanette Hart for treasurer. Any more nominations?
I'm sorry, who's the second?
Ed?
Thank you.
Any more nominations? Jeanette, do you accept the job?
I do.
We close the nominations. Jeanette, do you accept the job? Okay. Our next one will be secretary.
I would nominate Stacey Hall.
Second.
Motion made by Ed Rice, seconded by Cody for Stacey for secretary. Are there any more nominations? Any more? Close the nominations. Stacey, do you accept the job? Yes, thank you. It's a lot of reading.
I know.
Okay. So we have our-
Nominate somebody.
Looks like the governor really has no more. That could be dangerous. The next thing on the agenda is staff and coaches, 3% retention pay clarification. We voted, our motion at the last meeting was to give the teachers, the staff, 3% retention and coaches $250 per activity. We had discussed it earlier before the nomination, before the motion was made, that if the coach was a staff member, they would not get the $250. So we've got confusion going here. So I guess the first thing we need to do is hear a motion, and then we can discuss it. So do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to clarify staff and coach 3% retention pay.
I second.
A motion is made by Cody, seconded by Stacey to clarify the retentions. I will tell you that I've been hearing that sponsors are saying if coaches get the $250, why don't we? And they have a valid point. Now, we had originally talked about the coaches would not get the 250 if they were already staff members. So we need to clarify it. How are we going to do it? Because if we give it to coaches, we're going to, I mean, it's only fair that we give it to sponsors too, because they're working after hours with kids also. Sheri.
Well, I think what the deciding factor was if they were on a salary scale, where stipends aren't on a salary step scale. And I think that I had asked that as we were talking about it, like we are just talking about staff members that are on the, or coaches that are on the, because you're talking about activities, because activities versus sports are two different things. So, and it was clarified that it would just be the ones that are on a salary scale, the step scale.
And that was my understanding too, is that.
So I'm confused. So you're saying Oh, okay, like our pay scale for coaches.
Yeah.
I see what
Yeah.
you're saying, okay.
So now if you have a sponsor that gets a stipend for a certain club or a certain, that was.
They were already getting that 3%. And that was when I talked to Kyle, because I'm the one that opened it up to Kyle and asked
Opened up a
him.
whole can of
I
worms.
know it, but I'm gonna close that can of worms here tonight. My intention was that everybody got one retention check. If they were a staff member and they got that 3%, that was what they got, because that's more than,
So,
and 3% is way more, is of their salary is way more than 3% of their athletic or activity stipend.
now,
And to get the coaches, so what my intention was every staff member, everybody, a long-term sub, a coach who had gone through all of this, and a teacher staff member would get one retention check. I keep
Okay.
wanting to say the other word, but so if they are a staff member and they're getting the 3% retention pay, that's what they get.
so
If they're just a coach, no. And so if they're just a coach, then they get the 250. But if they're a staff member and they're a coach, they get whatever is the most. Let's put it that way, which is the 3% of their salary.
Salary, yeah.
Yes,
So they don't get two checks.
no,
Okay, that was the confusion. Deborah, do you understand this?
Yes, I do. I think there needs to be some clarity wrapped around assign or activity and coach.
well, I think that it's pretty, if we have a football coach that's also a math teacher, that person is going to get their 3% retention in their teaching assignment. They're not going to get the 250 as a coach. If we have a drama sponsor, let me back. If we have a junior class sponsor,
There, thank you.
yeah, that is a teacher and they get a stipend for that also, they're going to want that 3% for their teaching salary. They're not going to want that 250.
I just want to
Instead
clarify that
of-
we're not just saying sports coach.
Everybody
Because
just
before we
gets
said just
one.
They are on
check.
Okay, so we're now increasing stipend.
If they're on a salary schedule, and that's basically.
I don't think we have any of those people.
I wondered if there was.
There is not.
Okay. Yeah.
There are a few individuals who are coaches that are not also teachers or staff members.
So they get the
And
two.
that is the 250.
Right.
Right.
Everyone else is a teacher and a sponsor, or a teacher and a drama coach, a teacher and a band.
So then that clarity is not.
So they get the 3%. It's only the ones who are not teaching or on the payroll, I guess I could say, and they are coaches, that they would get the 250. Now, there was one other clarification. If that coach coaches more than one sport, wrestling, track, and so, I don't know.
I'm not sure that you have any of those
So,
either.
I don't know, but there was a question.
Yeah.
Do they get a 250 for each
No, one.
sport, or do they
No.
get one?
Everybody gets one
Okay.
bonus, like.
That's fine. Since the last.
Retention.
This has
Yeah, it was.
caused
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing, I haven't had anybody reach out to me, but.
So, yeah.
It said per sport on the last.
It
one,
was
so that was why.
for sports specifically when we
Yeah.
went.
I think,
over the
I think we
amendment.
did say coaches and we should have
Sport
said,
activities.
Sport, and that's why I voted no, because I did not want one person to get like $750.
So just so I'm clear on this, we are also planning on, generally, the people who are gonna get the stipend have to be employed with our district. Correct? That's it. So that's just a wash there.
That's a wash.
So we don't need to worry about any stipends.
That would be the coaches who aren't teachers.
Okay,
We do have a
Okay.
few coaches who are
Okay.
not teachers. or who are not employed.
Right.
The only employment they
Yeah,
have
retired.
is under a
retired.
stipend as a coach. There are a few of those. And,
And that's who we're trying to address right now.
Okay, so we need to vote on what we've got on the table, or you can amend it to clarify it better.
All right, you guys are gonna have to help me here. I'll amend my motion to clarify that didn't we already discuss the clarification?
So
I need you to say it
Okay.
in your motion.
So I would like to amend my motion to give all staff their bonus, and it's an either or with the 3% bonus or the 250.
Retention pay, correct?
Yes, retention pay. Or the $250 stipend pay,
but no one is to get two.
but nobody is to get two. No.
Who seconded it?
I did.
Do you agree with that amendment?
Yes, I second.
Deborah, do you understand?
Cody Wells amended the motion to say, give all staff a 3% retention pay or $250 stipend if they are coach per one-time,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Second.
And they can choose.
It'll
They
be-
want the 3% or the coaches.
Is that gonna be a mess for finance to try to figure out who wants what, where, when, and
So,
why?
so let's just say that if they are staff members,
They get
they
3%.
get the 3%.
The
And if they
coaches-
are non-staff members and a coach, they get the 250.
There's no choices. This is what.
One-time pay.
Thank you.
So I'm like, that's gonna get,
Yeah.
everybody get your notes in.
Does everybody understand what we're voting on?
Yes.
Deborah, do you understand what we're voting on?
I do think
Is there any more discussion?
Well, I would just like to ask, what was the majority of the concerns around the stipend people?
So the majority of the concerns was directly from teachers who were coaches and then teachers who were band leaders or drama
Okay.
leaders. And they said, if athletic coaches get it, we're also on that stipend list. We should get that as well, including their 3%. So it turned into, they were thinking they were getting the 3% plus $250 for every single thing that they
Okay.
coached or sponsored or did. And some of them have like 3 or 4. And it was, well, if the coaches get it, it's not fair if we don't get it. And then the ones who aren't coaches said, I mean, it was growing.
Because
every
the
day.
coaches do have a salary scale where the others are a stipend.
Well, no,
No.
they're all on the same
They're
scale.
all on the
Yeah,
same-
So
they're
if you get a
divided.
stipend, you have a scale stipend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
And it wasn't clear, and even when we brought the clip, we sent the clip to our attorneys, and the attorneys in writing this page worth of the amendment to the, like, it just wasn't very clear,
Okay.
even from a law perspective. And so when we were meeting with our administrators, we were trying to make it clear for how are we gonna communicate this to our staff, but this, and I appreciate you all willing to revisit this, because this makes it clear of what your intentions are for not only our staff who really appreciate this. I can't tell you how many people have reached out to us saying, thank you so much. But also now it's clear and
Okay.
concrete.
And with that, I would actually like to request just a copy of the stipend scale stuff.
Post it online.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Under
Okay.
our salary
Okay,
schedule.
the stipends,
It's on the
okay.
last page,
Okay.
but I can also
Oh, no,
email
I'll
it
find
to
it.
you.
No, I'll find it. No, I'll find it. Okay, and so, and I guess with, just being this way, because I am for giving them whatever we can give them. But they do understand that this was not anything that was voted on, that we didn't even have to do this, correct? I mean, it was like, it was promised to them by somebody that's no longer here. And so we want to do right by that. But legally, we wouldn't have to. And so I think just, just trying to do the right thing and putting it out there like, yes, we want to do right because we do think you deserve this. and just making it as fair as possible and without putting us too far behind, and just say, a thank you for, kids. I mean, they could come up against a board that absolutely would be like, no. Mm-mm. I didn't vote for that. You're not getting it. But I'm compassionate that we need to make sure that because the principals have used that as, like they were saying, as a hiring tool. Yeah, so I'm glad that we are moving this forward, and maybe we can just keep it clean and easy as possible for finance and HR to push that through.
And so I guess one question is the coaches, we did discuss those, or I shouldn't say just coaches. The 250 will be paid when that contract is paid, correct? No?
No, it's all coming before the next pay period.
Oh, okay.
So, and this was a concern of mine, because spring coaches will be getting their 250 before they coach. What if they decide, thank you, ma'am, I really appreciate this, bye.
Or is that something that we would give them?
Knowing who the spring coaches are, unless we've changed them in the last year, it's not going to happen.
And those spring coaches are probably already under contract too, aren't they?
No,
Stacey?
no,
Most of them?
No,
those contracts don't go out until.
And to be perfectly honest, the coaches or the people who have not yet been hired are not considered on a stipend right now and not hired right now.
oh, okay.
So they would not be, we have not, in our discussions as an executive team, we have not included anybody who is yet to become somebody for our
Okay.
district.
That makes me.
It's all people who have already provided a service. It's
Okay.
all current employees
Okay,
as well as
we're not projecting
coaches
that.
who have coached from like the fall to now.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
So this basically excludes
Yeah,
any
but-
spring coaches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. We're
And if we
excluding
have,
it. Of course, I guess we could do it again in the spring.
Returning, like if they're returning, though, right?
yeah, I was gonna say, if they're returning, and that's a retention, if they're returning, I say,
Right.
like you said, just revisit it in the
Yeah,
spring
Yeah,
and.
because I know
We could do that.
3 coaches that
Yeah.
have taught it every year, and I don't want to lose them.
yeah.
Right, so I'm saying let's revisit that in the spring and then,
When spring contracts for those
Yeah.
coaching. Whoever didn't get one now.
Right,
right.
because it's a one-time.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that's what we could do, is revisit it again, and whoever didn't get one, we can revisit it.
Okay.
Because it might just be a couple of people.
Yeah,
That may lead us into one other clarification. Would that only be coaches then? Because
well, it would be,
Well, you know what? Excuse me, but this is a discussion that we need to have in the spring.
Yeah.
And not tonight.
okay.
Just
One more
one
discussion.
more question. Does this include like assistant coaches, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Any more?
as a staff member, I'd like to say thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome. Okay.
These will be alphabetically for our new members. Frazier,
It's an I or a name.
Oh, aye.
Hall,
I. Goodness.
Ms. Hart,
I.
thank you. Noyes,
Aye.
Rice,
Aye.
Wells,
Aye.
Wright,
Aye.
thank you.
I thought I heard my name
Yeah.
twice. I answered it twice. I answered-
Thank you, guys.
I
Well.
had to jump in on mine.
You're not hard of hearing. Okay, just one more thing. And does everybody understand what they're doing? Because we've got new members going to the CASB convention. There should be a strand for new board members. I would recommend that each of you take it. I have not received my download yet. But, so they will be there. And you can pick and choose. I encourage you to attend as many of them as you can, because they are a very great learning experience. Look at it, read the little synopsis, and decide where your interests or your weaknesses lie and go there. I kind of look at it and see who the speakers are, but I know the speakers. So is there anything that you need to know before we?
Well, one thing I'll have Deb do too is send you, she'll send you my phone number.
Oh,
So
okay.
that you guys can reach me while you're there if you have any questions or concerns or so we can talk.
And I think everybody has my phone number. I will be around everywhere. So you'll see me lots of places. I hit every activity because of my position.
And there's information in the packets, right?
I think they got it on this board.
Yeah.
But there's
So-
checks that they did, their checks.
If you didn't get your checks, you should have a $150 check in there for your meals. Okay, anything? Hi, join this meeting for the last time. At 6:30.